Good afternoon. It's Miss Kim with Miss Kim's Tarot and Tearoom.com. The time is 11:54 a.m. and it's Wednesday, June the 24th, 2026. I'm going to talk about the astrological aspects for the week. So let's get started. The moon has gone into Scorpio at 2:43 a.m. today. So this could be a little bit more of an intense time. People may be more emotional and emotionally excitable. Nothing is going to be a smooth exchange. It's going to have a little passion behind it if there's any emotions. The first aspect that we have today is the moon square Jupiter, which means there could be an excess of emotions and broken promises, or trying to do something might be impractical or frustrating at this time. Then we have the moon trine sun, which means there is an ease with the opposite sex. And then afterwards, the moon quincunxes Uranus, which creates abrupt changes that can settle old emotional patterns. I guess the best word to use is us having coping mechanisms to deal with things that it could bring up. Then we have the moon quincunx Neptune. You will need to discriminate between apathy and relaxation. And finally, the moon squares Pluto, which means you don't want to make demands on yourself or other people because it could cause overwhelm and harm your relationship. So we're going to head over to tomorrow, June the 25th. The moon will still be in Scorpio, and the first aspect will be the moon square Venus. So it's a good time to relax with friends and just watch out for being too extravagant with your money. And then we have the moon quincunx Saturn. You may need to examine your repressed emotions. And then after 8:02 a.m., we have Venus trining Saturn. And it's a really good time to be sincere, realistic, and stable in your relationships. And lastly, we have the Sun square Neptune. Your judgment could be poor. You could be gullible at this time. So it's important that you postpone making any important decisions. So that's all I'm going to do, the aspects for today and tomorrow, to get you up to speed. And now I'm going to do a little tarot spread for the collective consciousness, which will cover today, June the 24th, and then tomorrow, June the 25th, 2026. So here we go. So I'm just going to ask what the collective consciousness needs to know, and that includes the people that are watching this. So the first card is the Magician. The Magician is all about harnessing power and directing it to where you want to go. So that is going to be what we're actuated all the way through. Think about what you want, use the elements, and harness that power to get what it is that you want to manifest for yourself. The obstacles are, which is no obstacle. I guess it could be, because the Hangman means that you need to be turned upside down to see things from a different point of view to get the whole picture. So sometimes as we are being turned upside down, we start to notice things that we've never noticed before. I don't think that this is an obstacle, and it certainly would not get in the way of manifesting, something, because you're going to see it from a different point of view. If I do manifest this, this could possibly happen. Do I need to tweak this a little bit? Whatever I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to say to the universe. And then the best that we can arrive at over this time is the Lover's card, which is always about beauty. It is about love. It is about trials overcoming. It is about definitely attraction on a physical level. It does not guarantee the longevity. I will always put this little addendum in, because a lot of times the first time people see this card, they immediately think soulmate, but that's not the case. And not all love is all about romantic love. There are varying and different kinds of love. So this is about beauty, accepting that, overcoming trials. It can mean romantic love. That's the best you can arrive at. But it also means that that love is not always long-standing like the Ace of Cups can be, you know, or as extreme as the Ace of Swords. So here we have this Ace of Wands, which means what we can work with and use is our creativity, the beginning stages of building things for ourselves, and the ability to manifest quite easily because we have that action behind it. We're willing to do the work after we've done the mind work. We're going to put our physical labor into it to make it happen. And then here we have, there could be a conclusion to an emotional issue that will cause some happiness and joy for that. So there could be a celebration at some point if there hasn't already been. And this is showing that extreme Ace of Swords, which means triumph in the excessive degree. You just got to watch for that all or black and white, all or nothing kind of thinking. Because sometimes when you are successful in something, you kind of can have blinders on and not realize that other things are going on around you. So it's very important to pay attention to that all or nothing thinking, but it is always about success. This gives us the ability to rise above and see our situations from a higher vantage point, not just what is happening in the moment, but to find clarity from a situation that could be frustrating or something good. We find clarity and see it from a higher perspective. And then here we have peace and happiness in our home. That is the one place that you should go to, and you have sanctuary there, and you have joy and happiness and safety and contentment. And if there's not that in your home, then you need to be thinking about what it is that's preventing that from being. And then I've got in the hopes and fears position, I just pulled 3 cards. So this is some worry, which of course would fall in the fears category. This is about being in the moment, but make sure that you are paying attention a little bit ahead of the road to where you're going. And this is about being optimistic along the way. So you might worry, but you need to take that worry and say, am I worrying about something that possibly could actually happen? Or has this happened to me before? And now I think it's going to replay again because it was so traumatic before. Find out in your mind what is causing that rumination and fear and anxiety, because it's certainly saying if you stay in the present and you're optimistic, and of course you bring it down to earth as well, not just being a Pollyanna, but really bringing it down to earth, there's no reason that you would not have success. And that's saying that to be careful about if something doesn't go exactly the way that you think it should, that you look at it as a failure instead of realizing that these are just things that were not supposed to happen, and there's more opportunities that you're not looking at because you're too busy looking at what you think is a failure or loss. So you have to turn around and look and see what you still have to work with so that you can kind of put things into perspective. I like that. What's coming up with the cards for the next couple of days. So I'm going to do a little bit of a 3-card spread, and I think I'm going to try one of the foretell cards, just to spiritually, what is it that we need to know? And I'm going to try to open it up. For some reason it don't want to open today. You don't want me to work with you? Okay, we'll go with a different card. Let's try Astrology. Yeah, let's try True Intentions. So let's see just on a spirit level, what it is that we're working with this week, emotionally wise, spiritually wise. Obligation. You're a nuisance. I feel obligated to associate with you. So if there's somebody that you feel that way, you need to ask yourself why you feel these ways. Why would you feel obligated to be with somebody that is a nuisance to you? Or is there something about that person that has a little bit of you in them, and the reason you can't stand to be around them is because there's something that they bring out in you that is the same? And this is check-in. I want to catch up, make sure you're doing well, and see where we stand. So that's always good, to check in with the people that you love and care about, to make sure they're okay, because you don't ever know when life changes quickly and takes them away, or something new happens. So always check in with the people you care about. Small favor. I'm hoping you won't mind helping me with something minor. So you may have somebody that needs some help, but it doesn't look like it's something that's going to, wipe you out. So if you can do something to help somebody, and you feel that you can, and you don't feel obligated, but you're doing it because of the kindness of your heart, then help somebody. All right, so I am Miss Kim with Miss Kim's Tarot and Tearoom.com. I've got one Tearoom this week. I got to read it. See what I've done here. I do it so early in the week or early in the morning that I forget what I've written. So the last Tearoom we're going to have is going to be on Thursday, which is tomorrow. And those are Thursday phone reads for $80. These are not recorded, but they're 20 minutes long. And they'll be available from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So if you want a special time, you can just text me, and you can pay online, or you can contact me and I can help you check out. So I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.